Happy holiday. Chef Charles back in the kitchen and Chef Charles in the holiday mode. Today we're bringing you a chocolate cream cheese pound cake, okay? Yeah, we going way back in the recipe bag, okay? And what you're gonna need to get this up and running, you need 3 cups of all-purpose flour. I got my salt and baking powder in my flour. I got 2 cups of granulated sugar, 1 cup of brown sugar. I got 5 eggs. I got 1 cup of chocolate milk. I got a half a cup of chocolate. This kind we're using here. And we're also going to put a half a cup of hot coffee in that chocolate, okay? We got 2 sticks of butter. And we got 1 block of cream cheese. All your dairy products need to be room temperature, okay? All right, we're going to go to the bowl now and mix our sugar and our butter and our cream cheese together, okay? All right. Now we got 2 sticks of butter and our cream cheese. We're gonna mix that about a minute. Got 1 cup brown sugar. Let that mix about a minute. All right, our 2 cups of granulated sugar going in. Listen, if you know somebody in your family not subscribing to the channel, would you please get them to subscribe? You got co-workers, church members that don't know anything about Charles and everything sweet. Would you please just hook them up, tell them about me and the channel, and we'll definitely appreciate it. We need subscribers, okay? Keep this thing running. We've been doing this thing for 5.5 years, okay? Subscribers keep us, what we need to be. And that also keep me bringing you videos. So we need subscribers, okay? All right, we're gonna get this started up first gear, then we'll go to 5th gear and start our creaming process. All right, we're gonna go to 5th gear. We're gonna cream for about 5 to 7 minutes. All right, in 5th gear. All right, we got a half cup hot coffee. See that smoke still coming from it? We got a half cup cocoa powder. We're gonna mix those 2 together. Okay? Okay. All right, about 4 minutes in, we're gonna go ahead and scrape our sides down. I gotta get me one of them mixing bowls, with the top let up. So this will save me a whole lot of time if I had one of them bowls where I just could let the top up. But I think my wife bought this for me a couple years ago for Christmas, and I appreciate it. But I actually need one where it lips up, so I don't have to spin it around to scrape it down. Alright, another 3 minutes, 5th gear. In gear, we're gonna add 5 eggs, 1 at a time. We're gonna mix and combine 1 egg at a time. 2nd gear. We're gonna mix and combine. Now we got 3 eggs in. We're gonna go ahead and scrape it down. Now I'm going to start it back up. I found 2 eggs. We're still adding 1 at a time now, okay? And this kind of butter we're using, cheesecake, is highly concentrated, so we're going to put 1 teaspoon in. And the link, my wife will put it below the video where you can go ahead and get you some. Get you some, baby. Get you some. That's pretty good stuff, okay? Get you some. Okay, our coffee and cocoa Mix is going in now. I'll put half of it in. Let that go around 2 or 3 times. Y'all know that I'm gonna get that little bit in there, right? Okay. You know, I ain't leaving nothing. Straight down, then we're gonna start adding our first flour and rotating our chocolate milk as we put our flour in, okay? Listen, if you don't do nothing else when you're making your cake, make sure you straight down. Can you overdo it? No. 3, 4 times, 5 times, scrape the bowl, okay? Make sure you get that done. All your ingredients are hiding in the bottom side of the bowl. You want to get them in your main batch, okay? Flour going in. Start in first gear, mix and combine. Okay, our chocolate milk, we're going to put 1/3 of that in. Want to mix that entire combine first gear. Our second cup of flour going in. Want to mix that entire combine first gear. Chocolate milk we got, we're going to put half of that in. Whatever left in your cup, you want half of that to go in now, okay? Want to mix first gear and tie that combine. We're going to scrape down. Found chocolate milk is going in now. And we made our chocolate milk, okay? I'll show you how. Gonna mix that entire combine. Alright, our final flour going in now. We want to mix that entire combine. I'm gonna mix that entire combine first gear. Then we go into the table, okay? Want to mix that entire combine. Then you take the bowl off, go to the table. The rest of the mixing is done by hand, okay? Batter this out. Now, when we say mix by hand, we don't actually mean we're gonna put our hands in it. We're talking about your new followers now, okay? That simply means we're gonna mix it with the spatula by hand. We can't over mix when we mixing with a spatula. When you're on your mixer, you can't over mix. You have a tough cake. You don't want a tough cake. Okay. I'm gonna put this in the sink. That's for my dishwasher. Most time it be me. All right, you see that flour and stuff you got around there? That's what we mean. We come in with our spatula and we mix by hand. We get all that down. Get all that off and get it in the main batch. Okay. Alright, now we're going to start putting it into a pan here. Now we got pecans on the side of our pan. That's one thing we do around here, but if you don't want to put the pecans around the side of your pan, you don't have to, okay? And those pecans come from pecan pantries. There's always going to be a link at the bottom of the video where you can get your pecans from pecan pantry. They number one in the country, okay? If you order you a bag, and people that have ordered bag, it tastes just like you went in the backyard, got some pecans, cracked them and ate them from the shell, okay? That's how much preparation pecan pantry take in their product. Now, they didn't always sell to the public. You know, 5-star restaurants and hotels, they know exactly who they is because that's all they sold to for 50 years, okay? And wasn't no question. When a chef wanted pecans, they always got pecan pantry. Chefs are very particular about the product they use. They find a good product and it works well, make their product taste well, then they're gonna use that, life. And pecan pantry is one of those things that chefs, they want in the kitchen. They don't want to experiment. They pass the experiment stage. They want what they know gonna work. Okay? So that's what we're using. And that's why Pecan Pantry brought this to the public. They said, okay, restaurant's been getting it. Let's take it to the public, okay? So go ahead and order 2 or 3 bags. Go to the website. They got several different other kinds of varieties of pecans they make. And I'm sure you're gonna find something that's gonna tickle your fancy, okay? Now if you got a gas oven, you bake this on 325. I got an electric oven, so I'm baking on 335. Somewhere where the heat is not the same in an electric oven than a gas stove. Now they said the electric stove will hold the temperature better because as soon as you cut it off and cut it back on, it just go automatically where it needs to be. But a gas oven, it got to reheat and refire up to get you at that temperature, okay? Now we're gonna knock some of the air bubbles out of it. The way we do that, we just shake it a little bit on the table 2 or 3 times. Shake it again on the table. Now we're ready to go in the oven. Alright, we're gonna set our timer for about 55 minutes. That's not gonna mean it's ready. That's gonna let us know it's in the oven. We need to come back and check it. Okay, that's the way you wanna set your time. You don't wanna set the time on what they said it's supposed to be. Because everybody's oven bakes different. If they say an hour, your oven might bake faster and it was ready in 45 minutes instead of an hour. So you put a checking time on there, then come back and put the time on there you need to finish the baking, okay? Alright, we'll see y'all back here in about 55 minutes. Chocolate cream cheesecake pound cake. I started out with 55 minutes. We put another 20 minutes on there. So an hour and 15 minutes. But your bearing time gonna bake depends on your oven, okay? Okay? I'm gonna let that cool. We're gonna come back and we're gonna flip it, then we're gonna ice it. Y'all stay with us. You don't wanna miss this now. Alright, we got chocolate cream cheese pound cake. And we made a simple ganache. 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream, 2 cups of chocolate or chocolate chips. Just pour that in after your heavy cream start boiling. Let it set for a minute or 2. Then get in there and mix it up, break it in. Now, if it's not gonna be consistent, you always can add, 2 or 3 tablespoons of heavy cream and mix it up again. Okay, that's all that is, ganache. And we just gonna do the drip next on there. We got those pecans on there. And that's all we gonna do. So we want them pecans to show. And you know where we get our pecans from, right? Pecan pantry, baby. We don't fool with nothing but pecan pantry. That's all we fool with. Before we know about pecan pantry, we were fooling with anything we get our hands on. And that's the best the store has, so that's what we're using. But once we find out it was a better pecan that we didn't know nothing about, we automatically went to that. Now we can have no pecans on the side. We would definitely put pecans on the top, okay? And we just want to introduce to everybody when they get ready to cut into it, hey, there's some chocolate involved. Okay? That's all we were trying to tell everybody. The sort is some chocolate bar, baby. Definitely some chocolate involved. Alright, we're gonna let that set. Come back and we're gonna taste test it. Y'all stay with us. Alright, baby, that's chocolate cream cheese pound cake. See it? Listen, y'all really need to subscribe to this channel. Man, you looking at 48, 49 years experience in the baking industry, okay? Baby, I just about to saw it all. Now, I can't speak for other parts of the country, how they do things. But here in the United States, you understand, right? Cream cheese, chocolate pound cake. You won't find it nowhere else, cause guess what? We just came up with that. Okay? And that will knock your socks off. Oh! Listen, I asked my wife, then they put an ice cream on there. And I'm so happy I did. Cause you get to taste the true taste. It's so moist. If you have any teeth, you just can suck it. Lord, I'm talking to the 85% now. I'm not talking to the 20% my subscribe we already had. We're talking about that 85% that watch the video and don't subscribe. Okay, that's who I'm talking to. Why you not subscribing, baby? You watch the video. Apparently you like what you see, but you hadn't subscribed. Why? Come on, baby. If you watching it, just hit the subscribe button. It ain't an all-day process. You hit subscribe, like, and share. You're done. Come on, baby, we need y'all. Be part of the McFamily, okay? Don't just watch the video. Go ahead and subscribe. And every time we in the kitchen, that little bigger ring, and you gonna know Charles is in the kitchen and he creating masterpieces. All right, we go ahead and close this video out because we got more recipes to bring y'all. We trying to get y'all ready for Thanksgiving. And don't think we're gonna stop at Thanksgiving, then we're gonna get ready for Christmas, okay? Some of the stuff might be the same, adjusted a little bit. And a bunch of stuff will be new. So stay tuned to Everything Sweet by Charles, okay? All right, with that, live long and prosper. Don't sleep on your dreams. Because everything you see was somebody dreamed at one time. They made it happen and you can too. Sour cream. Well, I don't want to say sour cream. Cream cheese and chocolate. Chef Charles is out here.